What do you hear? What do you say? This is VERTiiGO bringing you another raid cam video, and today we are looking at the base of a clan called TBL. And although it's not the biggest base I've ever seen, it is quite impressive, the design of it. Even though it doesn't look like it's completed, there are some portions of the base that are still twig, but it's going to be a test nonetheless for the raiders to break through, especially because the clan that is defending today are online, they are active, they are running around at the moment, and not only are they running around, but they also have people up in towers keeping watch of the surrounding areas. But online raids is what it's all about, and this is what we want to see, so it's going to be fun to watch nonetheless. And speaking of the raiders, we have got a clan called Invite Only, and these guys are a combination of a few clans, some of which have been involved in multiple raid camps, which I have also covered. So these are some experienced raiders. These guys are no joke. These guys have done plenty of raids. They know what they're doing. So I don't expect to see as many mistakes as we often see in these raid camps, because when you're dealing with experienced players, they have done it so many times, it's like clockwork. They know exactly what to do. And as you can see, these views here, just the number of players. Now that I've upgraded my computer, I can see all this action in 60 frames. It is so impressive to see so many people all together at once. It looks bloody fantastic, if I don't say so myself. And another raid cam has been well overdue, so I can't wait to bring this to you. As you can see, the clan that is attacking is already here. Invite Only has already approached the TBL base, although it seems that the snipers that were up in the towers earlier are no longer there. So this is going to give the raiders, the Invite Only clan, a chance to get their bearings and really get settled and pretty much get this plan rolling. As you can see, a blueprint has already been taken out, and we've got a large door. They're going to put a wall around probably their raid base, and there's a TBL member up on the top of the tower, and he cannot see the clan down bottom. He cannot see the raiders. They are bothered by someone else in the distance that was shooting a gun earlier. They're so focused on that, they have no idea that there's a massive raid about to hit them straight in the face. As you can see, the attackers have already put down a raid base, and it's so phenomenal to me how far these raid bases have really progressed. When I first started covering raids, the bases were so simple, but now they're so elaborate. They're pretty much bases within them in their own right. They're basically a base that anyone would want to have. And as you can see, the defenders have noticed now the clan attacking. I think that was more to do with the attackers shooting up at the defenders more than the defenders actually noticing. But the scenes are set, the teams are ready, the raid base is down, and they do it so quickly. It is so fast, and as you can see, rockets already making their first appearance. So the action is not too far away. One of the defenders here have come outside with a pistol. Not exactly sure what he plans to do here. He's severely outnumbered and outgunned, and as expected, he is absolutely destroyed within moments. So let's hope for the defender's sake that that trend doesn't continue, because shit is about to go down. We have rockets making their first appearance. They have already picked their target. They are going to shoot the corner of this wall. They're not going for the high external walls. They're going to breach through the stone walls instead. Probably a wise move, as high exterior walls do take a lot more rockets to take down. They're going to pound this one area and breach inside the base, it looks like, into one of the corners of the base, one of the towers. They're almost in now. They've got one more layer to go, but these rockets are coming thick and fast and very precise. Much more precise than some of the raids I've covered in the past. Although that doesn't make it any less impressive, it just makes them a little bit more organized. They're not just bringing in 1,000 rockets and shooting all over the place. They have a plan, and they are now shooting one of the floors, the triangle floors that is, in the middle of this tower, hoping for a cupboard, I suppose. And have they uncovered one? Yes, they have. It appears they have uncovered a tool cupboard, and this is going to be a game changer, because now they are going to build their way up. As I said before, this is an experienced clan, guys. This is not just, you know, a group of people bringing a bunch of rockets to a raid and hoping for the best. These guys have a plan, and they are executing it to perfection right now. Climbing right up that tower, up the side, and getting access to pretty much halfway up the base They're on top of one of the layers of the base at least. They got control of that. The snipe tower is just up there. They are making progress, that's for sure. Where they go from here is anyone's guess, but they have a lot of options now. They just shot at that tower and a lot of walls come crumbling down. Probably has to do with the decay, I suppose, would be the answer to that. But as you can see, they're just like ants, just all over that base. There's some more people still climbing up top. It's just non-stop. Then we've got some fighting down below here. One of the defenders has come out with an AK, but he's quickly dealt with and cleaned up and looted and all that good stuff. But the clan that is attacking, the attackers have found a window without bars on it. They're going to build right over to that, and they're going to get access inside the base without even using more rockets. This is pretty much a disaster for the defenders right now. You can't have windows like that open. I mean, I'm a scrub, okay, guys? I'm a scrub. You guys know this. If you watch my videos, I'm not the best base builder. But if I was a serious clan, you need to have bars on those windows. It's a shame it's going to be this easy for the attackers so far. The defenders are all up top. There are more members online. There's now 4 people, but they're all up top shooting at the raid base instead of being down where the action's happening, which is right in this room here. As you can hear rockets going off. They've destroyed a hatch. Actually, they've destroyed 2 hatches, giving access to looks like just empty rooms. They are now just looking for the loot room. One of the defenders opened the doors up top. That has definitely made that door a target. I wouldn't be surprised if the attackers actually shoot their next rockets up at that door. But as I said, when you are defending, I don't know why they're up there shooting at the raid base. That seems very counterproductive. It's not really going to do anything. It's just giving these attackers so much free time to just destroy your base from within. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but this has given the attackers another tool cupboard. Oh my goodness. The attackers now taking control of outside the base as well as inside. I don't know if that naked is part of the defenders or just a random guy running around, but they have taken control of the outside of the base. While the attackers inside the base desperately look for that juicy loot room that they really, really want. But little do they know, just one hatch below where they are is where all the goodies are. There it is. Those are look at all the boxes. There's so many. They're going up instead of down. And now they are shooting this wall, giving them access to nothing. But if I was the defenders, I'd just keep quiet because they're building up. They're not going down where they should be. Just keep quiet and keep that loot safe as long as possible. They're now building up towards the top of the tower where the snipers were previously, but they're all dead. They've all been shot by the raid base. And they have got some loot here on the 2nd floor from the top. That's probably just snipers and a little bit of ammo for people that are defending in the tower. This is not where the core loot is. The core loot, as I said, is down below. But the attackers aren't going for that just yet. I'm not sure if they're going to. You'd think they would. They probably have a lot of rockets left. You can see the defenders here. They're in their loot room. I'd be keeping quiet. Just creep around. Don't be heard. Because outside is going crazy. It looks like there might be a counter raid going on. At the moment, I can't really see. It's so dark. But I gotta say, even if it's dark, I can't see what the fuck is going on. It looks goddamn phenomenal. All the lights flashing in the dark. It looks amazing. Look at that view. That's impressive. One hatch. There's no one here. There's no attackers here yet. Just under the hatch is where all the loot is. That's the loot room. Oh my. We've got an attacker here coming down for the first time. Looking at this hatch. They're looking through. They're trying to see if there's any... Oh god, someone turned a light on in there. What the fuck were they thinking? Okay. Oh goodness. Okay, well that just signed their death warrant. It's going to come to this, guys. This is the end. The final stand for the defenders. One rocket hitting the hatch. Followed by a second. I'm going to let you guys watch this. I'm going to shut up. Enjoy this final stand. And the defenders are dead. The attackers now have all the loot, access to all the goodies, all these boxes. I don't know what's inside them. It's one of the flaws of just watching and observing. You don't get to see all the loot, but there's a couple more defenders down below underneath this hatch here. And the attackers are not happy. They still want to go deeper into this base. And now shooting down at those last few survivors. Rocketing even deeper into that core. It's amazing, guys, as the sun rises, just how an accurate and organized group can really get the job done so quickly and so efficiently. As you saw, we're used to seeing raids that are just so many rockets just bombarding a base, and those are always fantastic to see. But this is a different kind of appreciation. This is a really well-oiled machine. Now, I'm always said that I'm not a huge fan of clans in Rust, but there is a place in my heart where I do enjoy seeing such a large group so on the same page, and I'm very impressed by this. As I said, this is one of the quicker raids I've seen. For the size of the raid, it was extremely quick. I mean, some of these raids can go on for hours and hours, and I know some of my videos don't represent some of the time these raids go on. But for the size of this group, I gotta say, they were extremely fast. This was much faster than I'm used to seeing. As you can see, one last room to go. Couple defenders left. Not armed with all that much. The one with the gun gets taken out now. One's got a salvaged hammer, and as you can see, that was not enough either. This raid is over. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been VERTiiGO. Until next time, may the Force be with you always.